everyone. I am Dr. J. Suresh Gaud, Associate Professor in Department of Mathematics, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today, we are going to discuss the topic normal distribution. Before going to discuss this topic, in the previous sessions, we have discussed two distributions. The one is binomial distribution. The binomial distribution is denoted by B of x comma n comma p to find the probability of getting number of successes by using the formula NCX p power x q power n minus x. Similarly, we have already discussed the Poisson distribution, which is denoted by f of x comma lambda. This is also to find probability of getting number of successes by using the formula e power minus lambda, lambda power x by x factorials. See, these two distributions are probability mass functions only because here x varies from 0 to n. That means the range of the random variable is finite. Here the x from 0 to infinity. So countable. That's why these two distributions are probability mass functions. Therefore, while we are finding mean, variance and standard deviation of the Poisson or binomial distribution, we used the property sigma x into f of x for variance, for mean, sigma x square into f of x minus u square for variance. But now, this normal distribution is not a probability mass function because the given x is a continuous random variable. The given x is a continuous random variable and mu comma sigma square are any two parameters. Then the normal distribution is denoted by n of capital N of mu comma sigma square. Here to find the probability between x1 to x2, not probability of getting x equal to x. Here we can find out probability of between any two real numbers. That's why this normal distribution called as probability density function, not probability mass function. What is the formula? 1 by sigma root 2 pi. 1 by sigma root 2 pi e power minus 1 by 2 into x minus mu by sigma whole square. So, the normal distribution is denoted by n of mu comma sigma square. To find the probability between any two real numbers which are x1 to x2 by using the formula 1 by sigma root 2 pi e power minus 1 by 2 into x minus mu by sigma whole square. So, this is probability density function because we are finding probability between two real numbers. That's why x is a continuous random variable. Here x between minus infinity to, but this is very difficult to remember this formula in terms of x. That's why we can convert in terms of z in normal distribution by taking z equal to x minus mu by sigma. Wherever you have x minus mu by sigma, you can replace with z. If you substitute z equal to x minus mu by sigma in the formula, now the normal distribution formula will be converted into n of z equal to find out probability of z between z1 to z2 because we are converting 1 by sigma root 2 pi e power minus 1 by 2 as usual. This can be written as z square because x minus mu by sigma equal to z. But in the normal distribution we have x minus mu by sigma. That's why z square. Here z also between minus infinity to infinity. You can remember this formula. Similarly, this formula. Normal distribution in terms of x and this is normal distribution in terms of z. Normal curve. The normal distribution curve is like this. It is a bell shape. X-axis, y-axis. It is in bell shaped. It never touches the x-axis line. It goes on like this, and this is called x equal to mu. This y-axis we can call as x equal to mu line. X equal to mu. Actually, z equal to x minus mu by sigma. Na? If you replace x equal to mu, z will be 0. This line is also known as z equal to 0. This normal curve is bell-shaped and it is symmetric about x equal to mu line, z equal to 0 line. Exactly at x equal to mu, it will be same in the both sides. That's why it is symmetric about x equal to mu line or z equal to 0. The total area occupied by normal curve is 1 unit. Assume should be 1 unit. It is symmetric about x equal to mu means the half of the area of normal curve is 0.5 and this side of half of the area is 0.5. So these are the properties of normal curve. The first point, it is in bell shaped. It is symmetric about x equal to mu or z equal to 0. The total area in a normal curve is 1 and half of the area in a normal curve is 0.5. As per normal curve, we know that the total area is 1. That means the total probability in the normal distribution is 1. We need to prove this one, the total probability in a normal distribution. So we know that by the definition of the normal distribution, this is the formula. N of mu comma sigma square. Probability of x is between x1 to x2. 1 by sigma root 2 pi e power minus 1 by 2 into x minus mu by sigma also. So to find the total probability, we can take integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx. See, in the binomial and Poisson distribution, while you are finding the total probability, we proved sigma f of x equal to 1 in binomial, in Poisson. We have taken sigma there because they are probability mass functions. But here, it is a probability density function. In probability density function, we need to prove that instead of sigma, we can take minus infinity to infinity f of x dx integration. We need to prove this one. Then only the total probability in a normal distribution is unit. Now we'll see. Minus infinity to infinity, f of x means our normal distribution formula, which is 1 by sigma root 2 pi e power minus 1 by 2 into x minus mu by sigma whole square dx. So before going to evaluate this integration, we can convert this integration in terms of z by taking x minus mu by sigma equal to z. Now it will be, from this we can find out x equal to mu plus sigma z. Both sides if you differentiation dx equal to sigma dz. But actually x limits are given in the integration minus infinity to infinity. Therefore z limits are also minus infinity to infinity because x is proportional to z. Right? These all values you substitute in the integration minus infinity to infinity 1 by sigma root 2 pi e power minus 1 by 2 z square because x minus mu by sigma z square. Dx can be written as sigma dz. So sigma constant, we can take this is outside. 1 by under root of 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity e power minus z square by 2 dz. But it is even function. This term is even function. So we can write as 2 into under root of 2 pi 0 to infinity e power minus z square by 2 dz. So what we got it? 2 by under root of 2 pi integral 0 to infinity e power minus z square by 2 dz. Now we need to evaluate this integration by converting in terms of t. Integration property. By assuming z square by 2 equal to 2. So let us assume z square by 2 equal to t. That means we are going to convert in terms of t. Z square equal to 2t. Differentiating on both sides, 2z dz equal to 2dt. 2 cancel, dz equal to dt by z. Z where z can be written as root 2t. Similarly, we need to change the limits also. Now, actually, in the problem, z limits are 0 to infinity. We are going to convert in terms of t by substituting z equal to 0, t also 0. Z equal to t, sorry, z equal to infinity, t also infinity. So you substitute all these integrations here. So 2 by under root of 2 pi into 2 by under root of 2 pi into integral 0 to infinity e power minus z square by 2 dz. Dz. 2 by under root of 2 pi limits e power minus t. Dz can be written as in the previous slide dt by root t. dt by root 2t. See this root 2, this root 2, this 2 cancel. So remaining 1 by root pi integral 0 to infinity e power minus t. Here under root of t in the denominator. So t to the power of minus 1 by 2 dt. But in gamma function formula, we can convert this term minus 1 by 2 equate with n minus 1. Now n equal to, when minus 1 comes to left side, it will be plus 1. 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. So n equal to 1 by 2 you replace here. So minus 1 by 2 can be written as 1 by 2 minus 1. So 1 by root 2 pi integral 0 to infinity e power minus t to the power of 1 by 2 minus 1 dt. Why we have written like this? We have a formula of gamma n. Gamma n formula integral 0 to infinity e power minus x power n minus 1 dx. This is equal to gamma n, where n equal to this one. Here also same concept, integral 0 to infinity e power minus x power n minus 1 dx. So gamma n 1 by root pi into gamma 1 by 2. But we know that gamma 1 by 2 value is root pi. Cancel. 1. So the total probability in a normal distribution is always 1. So here you need to remember this formula only two formulas. Gamma n equal to integral 0 to infinity. It's not under root of n, gamma n. Integral 0 to infinity e power minus x power n minus 1 dx. And gamma 1 by 2 equal to root pi. These two you should remember while we are solving the total probability in a normal distribution. Therefore, the total probability in a normal distribution is always 1. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.